Today, I'll show you how to make this adorable candy corn treat basket. These will make great party favors for any Halloween party, or if you have those special kids that come trick-or-treating at your house. I'll show you how to whip it up next. The things you're going to need to make these candy corn treat baskets are 1 sheet of yellow felt, 1 sheet of orange felt, and 1 sheet of cream or white felt. And these measure 8 inches by 12 inches. Now you can get a couple pattern pieces out of the orange and the cream, so if you just want to go ahead and get a couple more pieces of yellow, then you can make a couple more baskets. You're also going to need some ribbon. I got this cute candy corn pattern from Walmart for $1, and this happens to be 5 1/8 inches wide. You're going to need some kind of pen or marker to mark your pattern out. I'll be using this disappearing marker. You'll need a glue stick, a sewing machine with orange and yellow thread. I have 2 sewing machines, so I have one set up for yellow and one set up for orange. But if you don't want to do that and don't want to change your thread out, I say just use yellow. And you're also going to need a pattern. I'll put a link to this pattern down below so you can go ahead and print it off for yourself. Let's get started. So the first thing I did was go ahead and cut out my template out of some cardboard so I can reuse these. Next, you want to take your yellow piece of felt. We're going to fold this in half. And place where our pattern says fold on the fold. Now with your marker, just trace it out. Now we just need to cut this out. In order to do that, I like to put a few pins in here just to make sure everything stays nice and even while I'm cutting it out. Now go ahead and with some scissors, cut it out. Now you can see we have the base for our candy corn treat sack. Now go ahead and do the same thing with our orange template and our cream or white colored template. Now as you can see, I already cut one piece out of this orange felt, and I could probably get another piece down here. So if you just want to go ahead and get 3 sheets of yellow felt, you can go ahead and make 3 of these baskets. Now just cut them out. Now you just want to grab your glue stick . We're going to put some glue on this cream piece. And you want to line up the point with the point on the yellow. Now you want to take your orange piece, put some glue on that, so now we just want to line up these edge pieces with the edge pieces over here. If you go too far down, you'll have orange sticking out, but if you go too far up, the yellow will be sticking out. So it should overlap your cream piece by about 1/8 of an inch. Now we're just going to go over to our sewing machine, and with our orange thread, we're going to sew a seam right along here and also right down here at the bottom, making sure that we catch the cream also, and that'll sew our pieces on. Just like this. So now that we have our orange piece and our cream colored piece sewn on, we're going to flip this over and we're going to fold down this rounded edge 1/4 of an inch. Now this is somewhat difficult, but if you just use a bunch of clips or pins, it'll keep it down. Just like that. And now we're going to take this over to my sewing machine that has the yellow thread in it, and we're just going to sew down that curve. Just like that. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half. I like to put pins here where the colors are, just to keep them all lined up, and then one at the top to make sure that that is all even and lined up. Just like that. Now I'm going to take this back over to my sewing machine with yellow thread, and with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to sew right down this edge, making sure to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Now this next step is optional, but I like to take my pinking shears and snip off some of this extra fabric. Now, to give it that classic candy corn shape, instead of a pointed bottom here, we're going to go ahead and measure a 1/2 inch up from the point and sew straight across. Just like that. And I like to go across it 3 or 4 times just to make sure it's secure. And with my pinking shears again, just clip off the extra fabric. Now you just want to turn your candy corn sack right sides out. And using a pair of scissors, or I have this stuffing stick, you want to carefully poke out the cream colored part. So now you just want to set this off to the side for a minute and grab your ribbon. And we're going to cut off an 8-inch piece. I like cutting it off with my pinking shears, just so there's no fraying on either side. You want to grab your candy corn, and I like to put the seam on the back here. So we're just going to flatten this out. And that should give us 2 points here to attach our ribbon. So what I'm going to do is, with the pretty side facing my candy corn here, I'm going to lay my ribbon so about a 1/2 inch of it is below the seam line that we sewed for the hem, and I'm going to stick a pin there. Now I'm just going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew this ribbon on right where our previous stitch line is when we sewed this hem. And I'm going to go over that about 3 or 4 times. Just like that. And as you can see, you can hardly tell where it is on the front side. Now you just want to attach the other side of the ribbon the same way. Now just clip your threads, and your candy corn treat bag is all finished. Now the only thing left to do is fill it up with candy. Of course, I think candy corn would look cute in these, or M&Ms, or even some popcorn. Any kid would love to get this as a special treat in their Halloween sack, or as a party favor at your next Halloween party. I hope you give this project a try. If you like this video and want to see more of my videos, give it a big thumbs up down below and hit the big red subscribe button. Feel free to share this video across your social medias. If you have a question about this video or any of my other videos, or if you have a suggestion for a future video, leave me a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.